All right, from Brad's Baby Blues to television's favorite aristocrats and a couple of punk girls in between, film critic Rad is here to give us all the goods on this week's movies. Rad, look, we got director chairs for you.
I am so in my element right now.
Happy?
I'm just like, let me call the shots.
All right, I want to talk about this first movie, Brad Pitt in Space.
Brad Pitt, big beautiful Brad Pitt in a big beautiful space opera.
Right.
Yeah, this is a film where he plays this seasoned astronaut in the near future where you can go to space and get a hot towel on your rocket ship and enjoy Applebee's on the moon.
Okay.
And he is on a long haul secret mission to track down his father in the farthest reaches of Neptune. Okay, and let me just tell you, so that's the premise of the movie.
Okay.
But this movie is my jam, okay? And
Why?
it's my jam, not just because it's a space adventure, but it's because it's made by James Gray, who is a very special filmmaker. He's made movies like The Lost City of Z and We Own the Night. And when people describe James Gray as a very classic filmmaker, which is just another way of saying he makes movies good. Because he's someone who who lives by the mentality that you can make melodramas that have an old Hollywood standard of grandiosity and visual beauty. And you see the visual beauty of this movie, where he just makes things very soulful, poetic,
beautiful
dramas. And it's just still very thrilling though.
Okay, quickly then, who should see this movie?
All right, so this is for like the true sci-fi fans who love movies like, say, Annihilation.
Okay.
You know, which is a science fiction movie that wasn't afraid of getting, you know, really dramatic, but also weird and strange and poetic. But really, this is for the people who love Apocalypse Now, because what James Gray is doing with this film is he's making, you know, in the search for his father, it's like a search for Colonel Kurtz. This movie is essentially Apocalypse Now in space.
Okay, so this is future. We're going to go back in time and talk about Downton Abbey. And I saw this movie with Rad.
Yeah. I came to this movie because of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the only reason he saw this movie.
Yeah.
First of all, what did you think?
Well, okay, this movie did not work for me. I don't think it was meant to work for me.
It was the first thing you said to me when it was over.
Yeah, I was so confused. I mean, here's the thing, though. Like, this is basically an extension of the television show. It plays like 2 or 3 episodes, you know, at the end of a television series. You liked it, right? It worked for you.
I'm a fan of the show. I like the movie.
Yeah, and so, I mean, for me, I just felt like I got lost in a sea of white people, and I'm like, who are all these people? Like, and like, you know, I had no floaty. But as much as I didn't like it, and of course it's not made for me because I haven't been a fan of the show, I was very, very fascinated by this movie. I was fascinated by how it's almost like it's out to rehabilitate your ideas of the monarchy. Like, you know, never mind that these people are like, you know, their colonialism and their classisms and that they've caused all these problems in the world. They're still so elegant and funny and lovely. I feel like that's the message.
And the costumes are good,
And
right?
the costumes are so lovely. Like, you gotta love them. Like, that's what I feel like the nostalgia this movie has for the monarchy, it reminded me of the nostalgia that Gone with the Wind had for the Old South. And I found that very, very fascinating. Yeah.
Okay, well, we know Rad shouldn't see this movie, but who should see the movie?
Well, look, I mean, besides fans of the show, I think this appeals to people who love movies like Victoria and Abdul and A Royal Night Out. You know, the movie about how sweet Queen Victoria was and how awesome Queen Elizabeth is. That's your jam, right? That's your cup of tea.
Fair enough. Well said. All right, the last one, we're a post-apocalyptic teen punk movie. I feel like maybe this is more your thing.
Well, I mean, look, this is a movie that came from. There's a new generation of young Canadian filmmakers. These women that made this movie. They made a movie that kind of throws it back while also looking to the future. There's a post-apocalyptic world where you know
Why are people always skateboarding in post-apocalyptic movies?
You know, we ran out of gasoline.
Oh, got it.
Right? So like, but basically, it's the post-apocalyptic world. The parents have been killed by some gut-munching disease. It's leaving the kids to fend for themselves. The what's it called? The jocks become this like titanic element, or they rule the world. And the punks are the ones that are here to save the day. The movie specifically about these 2 queer punk girls. And you know, this is like, look, really minimal budgeted movie, but it's big on attitude. And that's, the attitude of this movie takes it a long way.
All right, 10 seconds or less. Who should see this movie? Particularly people with Letterman jobs.
Well, this is for people who watch, the kids that watch Riverdale and Sabrina, which is this new generation of kids that want darker versions of stuff we used to see when we were kids.
Got it. Okay, I feel like the fashion in this movie is going to be great. Rad, thank you. Thanks for sitting through Downton Abbey with me. Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.